Retire early or live large now. There are some people who are big proponents of saving as much money as you can, as early as you can, and retiring as early as you can. The first thing to say about this is a very luxurious problem to have because most people, especially in the early years, don't make enough money to be able to save at all, let alone save enough where you could possibly retire early on. But even if you're in a position where you can do that, I don't think it makes a lot of financial sense for at least two reasons. One is that when you're younger, when you're in your 20s and 30s, you tend to underestimate how much it'll cost you to live later in life. And so if you're making financial decisions about how much you're going to need to retire, how much you're going to need to live when you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, my guess is you'll probably underestimate that and you'll probably retire with less money than you ultimately need. You'll have some sort of shortfall that will require you to go back to work later on in life. The second thing is that the thing about growing money is it takes a long time to actually get the rewards of growing money. When you invest money the first 10, even 20 years, it doesn't feel like anything is happening. You don't really make that much money. The big money comes in the later decades, 30 years out, 40 years out. And if you retire early, if you retire in your 30s or 40s, you're starting to draw down before you get the big payday. And so there's a good chance you'll never get that payday. From a financial perspective, you're much better off continuing to work, even if you can afford to retire, because it allows your investments to grow, but also it allows you to gauge how much money you actually need at various points of your life, especially later when you're likely to need more money than you think. So if you gave me the choice between retiring early or living large, I would say it slightly differently. I would prefer to keep working for as long as I can and live the life I want to live along the way.